And then there is an open question for a lot of years. Is it possible to define conjectures without any resource on consumers? Is there a definition of what is a conjecture guessing with an using deduction? I don't know. I tried to find it. I never found it. And I insist, for a mathematician, it's nothing far that you need, first of all, an operator of consequences. And then you can define conjectures, and in particular, you recover the consequences, and you have hypotheses and speculations. But for a non-mathematician, or an ordinary person, this is strange. Is that logic, is that deduction is before any kind of reasoning? No. No. People very, very strangely does deductions in usual reasoning. They mainly do speculations and hypotheses. And deduction is a very specialized kind of reasoning. Why? Because it gives you conclusions that are safe. In that sense, the definition you're writing with here is saying a consequence operator is how do you say, consequence? No. When Q is not in the operator, how do you call it? An operator of consequences, I don't remember the name.
Consistent.
Yeah, consistent. Well, a non-consistent operator is, for a mathematician, is strange. It means that you can have at the same time Q and not Q. For a mathematician, it's strange, but for ordinary people, it's not too much strange. Inside all that, usually today, there are a lot of things that should be interesting. Maybe taking the position of a non-mathematician, of a person that just reasons and that don't know formalization. This is another side. Okay.
I have a question, a mathematical question. The definition of this consequence operator. My first question you already answered before. This was the stuff, where is the ortho-complemented lattice coming from? I only know one example, and these are these closed linear subspaces of Hilbert spaces. Other examples, not finite dimensional, I don't know. Anyway, and the question I wanted to ask, where it is coming from, why use this structure? I have no idea. And the second point was, this consequence operator looks the same as an orthogonal projection on a Hilbert space, especially on this orthonormal lattice. So because it is the image is contained, this is the first point. The second point, it is monotonic, it's also true, and the third point is it is idempotent. So this is exactly projection. And this is the last part of the question. You try to define a compact operator. This is also the same as in the Hilbert space, more or less.
In fact, it's here say that when you have a consequence operator, you have a priori. But the reciprocal is also true. If we have a priori, we have an operator of consequences. In the case of, for example, linear vector spaces with the contention, we can have a consequence operator. The problem which I'm talking about, the point of the complemented case, is that the intersection is the intersection, but the union is not the union. Is the subspace generated by the subspace?
The direct sum is the union.
There is no problem. For example, if you have in R3, you have a set of planes with a line. Of course, the hypothesis is just this line. Is the intersection of all that sources. Yeah.
And the compactness is also the same definition?
I think yes.
Because there is no topology, so I don't know how to define compactness.
Well, I'm not sure. But I think yes. And also projections should play some some problem. Which is the problem? Is that these ideas can only be applied in orthomodular lattices. And for example, with fuzzy sets, we have no a single ortholattice. Then we have no orthomodular lattices, we have no Boolean algebras. And then for our future is a too short view, because you can work only in this kind of structures. More questions?
We would like to do a general comment. Thinking in the development of this idea, how to extend the ideas like first, I think that the practical approach would be probably to use CHC for answering questions. Because imagine that you have a question, you have a set of data. How to use this to make a conjecture about the answer of the question? Is the idea. You are close of that possibility. Thinking in a practical future applications. That is, I don't know if you have something to say about this.
Maybe you have the question and the set of the body of information are all sentences that can answer this question, or this is the question?
I think that perhaps you have a set of information
Yes.
and you have a new premise.
Yes.
And then putting the things together, you might generate something that could be, we don't know exactly, and speculation, hypothesis, consequence. But that is the answer, the best answer you have for the user of the system.
Well, we have the set of premises B, and if we add another premises, we have another set of premises, very similar to the other containing other, and there are many properties verified. And in the following session, we see a measure that, depending on what premises support its consequences, one consequence is more important than the others. So that is the consequence of the proposition that will answer better the question.
The logic of questions is an open word. It's an open word. Sometimes when you state the question, if you avoid the sign of interrogation, you have conjecture. And then this idea of avoiding this sign, I think this is an open question. The logic of questions. There are words, there are papers on the logic of questions. I don't know. I don't know. I looked at some of them, and I don't know. It is a difficult subject. It is a stupid movement of cutting the interrogative sign.
So the limit the practical use of
Yes.
this answering question.
Yeah.
Other question about this topic. It sounds a bit strange to me that you explain what is speculation using the available information, using P, capital P, but from where has appeared capital P? Because if the user knows that, probably before has made the speculation, the consequences to create P. So for me, sounds a bit strange that you have a already available P when you are practicing with your, I don't know, I am saying, that is again a feeling, that is not neither a question, it's not a feeling.
You have to have some information to have any conjecture, and speculation is a conjecture. So if you have no information, you can do speculation about what? Nothing. That P is the information you have.
You have the order.
I see the problem in another way. If you have no information, you have nothing. Which is the problem? The problem is to translate information